when you're overcooked and your systems aren't looking after you, creativity can be lost. How are we actually telling the story on these properties now? And like everything, creativity solves most problems.
This is Creativity That Converts, the show where we unpack the art and strategy of using video and content to grow your real estate business. This season, we're coming to you live from Lee Woodward's Complete Leaders Conference in Sydney. We're sitting down with some of Australia's top real estate agents and principals. We'll be talking about real estate marketing, what's working, what's not, and how the best in the business are adapting to stay ahead. No ego, just real talk that gets results. Welcome to Creativity That Converts, Complete Leader Edition. All right, we're here with Creativity That Converts, Complete Leader Edition. So now I'm going to sit down with Chris Henry from River Realty. So I've got to know Chris really well over the last 12 months. It's amazing how well you get to know someone when you put yourself through 500 kilometres across Thailand on a push bike. You learn a lot about someone and how they work and how they are. But I've had the honour of getting to know Chris really well. So to the point of we've actually started working together on a few projects. We've put editors in his office, all kinds of stuff. We're working with him on a few things. But this isn't really about what we're doing together. We're going to take these opportunities to grab some of these guys while we're at Complete Leader and just discuss what's working for them in marketing, what's not, and just have a bit of a chat and a catch up. So Chris, welcome to Creativity That Converts.
I'm super excited to be here.
So Chris, you're really a bit of a pioneer with video marketing in real estate. Like you've been doing it and doing it well for a long time. What made you realise it needed to be done?
I think at one of the early complete sales courses, I saw some video marketing that Christian Bartley was doing. And we were looking back then for an edge, for a way of really capturing the property correctly and telling the story about not only the property, but the people that resided in it, and then trying to weave a story of what a potential buyer's lifestyle could look like if they were the lucky ones to buy the property. Because I felt with the script and the photography, it was a very 2D way of trying to capture a property. So the layering of the 3D was to actually tell a real story. And with video, there could be more of that story told, where you can capture the voice, you can capture the facial expressions, you can capture the emotion throughout that, either an interview style video with a vendor, or whether it was just a pure landscape video style where you're just showing off the beauty of the region and what it offered through video.
Now you don't just use video for property, which is getting rarer and rarer. What's one video that you're really proud of that's not a property video that River's done?
I think the videos where I'm interviewing the staff, we've told a number of those stories where we're capturing our staff's journey and then weaving it through the work that they're doing now and the work that they're hopeful to do in the future and what they're building towards. You know, and seeing your business through other people's eyes is really a moment for, you know, an owner or a principal to gauge where they're headed, you know, in their own business. So there's been a couple of video shoots that we've done with a team where we've been able to capture some moments, and it's helped me shape the business and where it's heading based on the feedback that I've been able to capture on film.
Fantastic. So we all have those videos that we love. Has there been one that you're just like, oh, why did I do that?
Oh, look, there's plenty of blooper reels and B-roll film that we've captured that have given us a lot of joy, you know, to reflect on some absolute train wrecks. But there's also been some moments that I've captured on film that have stayed with me for a very long time, you know, and there's one particular vendor and his name is Marcus, and he was living in this beautiful acreage property, you know, and it's a very difficult sale for him, and he's just got that farmer look, like he's just got that genuine salt of the earth character. And I knew he wouldn't get on film, but I knew I needed him in it. And so I spoke to our cameraman and I said, can you just park yourself over here and just keep the camera rolling? And I'm going to distract Marcus and I'm going to mic up on myself and I'll get nice and close to him and I'll just have a general chat. Anyway, so the plan worked. We had the camera rolling on Marcus and I've sort of stepped in and he's sitting on the quad bike. Quad bike's just idling. And the backdrop was just his farm behind. And I started asking him about his story, about his time at the property and what he loved most about the farm and what he loved most about his time there and what he's going to miss the most. You know, and the genuineness that came out because he didn't realize he was speaking to a camera.
Yeah.
We just captured some of the most beautiful moments.
Yeah.
And even the video crew who filmed it at the time still talk about that video that was captured. There was one line that he spoke about. And I think the question I posed was, what are you going to miss most about the property? And he just stood there for a minute and looked up and just said, it's just peaceful, it's quiet, and the sunsets are incredible. But it was just that moment that was captured that told the story. And everybody who watched that video was talking about it at the time. And obviously the property sold and did extremely well. But I think it's just, as you move through your career in real estate or whatever vocation you're in, when you're shooting video, you're able to capture those moments and they become a record of a moment in time.
A classic example of a content documenting rather than content creation.
Yeah.
Not everything is about, let's stand someone over here and make them do this or do this dance, or if you're getting the story there. I was listening to something the other day. Actually, it was the new CEO of WWE Wrestling talking about the storytelling that they do. Now, I knew him long time ago in a previous career, but he wasn't the CEO then. He was actually a wrestler back then. So it's interesting hearing his perspective now. He's in charge of the whole thing. They've just signed a contract with ESPN, known purely for sports. So he was answering the question of what is a fake sport doing on a sports channel? And he said, let's be honest, sport is a story. He said, you're not interested in a school football game unless your child's in it. You're not interested in any of the games unless there's a rivalry, which is a storied rivalry. So everything really comes back to that story. So the more you can bring a story into a property or a location, or as you said, bring them into living that lifestyle, the more they're going to want it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, back in the day, we sort of adopted video marketing as our primary way of communicating to an audience the property itself and the area around it and what living at that property could look like. Like on some properties, we were bringing semi-trailers in. On other properties, we had access to people that had, you know, boating equipment, horsing equipment, jet skis, boats, you name it. We brought it all in and started creating these blockbuster type films that told the story about that property. And then we started to see these highly produced videos, not capturing the art and soul that I think we took.
Didn't have that essence.
Didn't have the realness to it. It started sort of selling a lifestyle that wasn't really real. I think we sort of overshot the mark there a little bit on that. And what was performing really well was like more genuine interview style videos that actually told the truth. And I think we've come full circle where in video where we've gone from an over polished version to a raw, real edition with real people, real words, and capturing that now. As we still move forward with video marketing.
It's funny, I still look at quite a few of your videos. Even before they get to you guys, John will send them to me to have a look at. And what I love with it is we're in an era where it's a lot of real estate video editing has become editors flexing. How cool can I do this speed ramp? How much text can I get behind them? How dizzy can I make the viewer almost? It's I love watching yours because it is that story. And as you've seen with the property videos I've always sent you, like the ones we looked at Leader today, it's a story. Take people on a journey to that place. Because the goal is to get them to want to go there to talk more. Like that's what the video's actually for.
Yeah. Well, you're actually wanting them to see what you're seeing because you've had the opportunity to go there. You've had the opportunity to meet with the owner. You've had the opportunity to look at the landscape and experience what is actually there. And I think our job as a real estate professional is to capture that story and tell it in the most respectful, honourable way where any person out there in the community who resonates with it may be the right fit for that property. But there's only, there's many different ways you can capture their attention, but I just think video is one of the best tools to be able to display the story in the most accurate way.
100%. And I think you guys do it really well.
Thank you.
It's a credit to you guys to watch you do it. And an honour to be partly involved in it now.
Well, I think that, we're very open to looking at ways of improving that and working with yourself, having many conversations with you on what your thoughts are and how we can capture something differently. And, when you're working with a creative mind who is also in the storytelling business, it's just making sure that we continue to evolve what we're doing in video. And I know we spoke at length on the ride because there was a video pause that took place in our business for a while. When you get extremely busy, and I found I got to that place where when you're overcooked and your systems aren't looking after you, creativity can be lost when you just seem to be in this order-taking mode. And I had to stop and pull myself back and look at how are we actually telling the story on these properties now. And like everything, creativity solves most problems, and so we made a commitment and started working with yourself and really we're on the ramp up with getting back into that creative space.
So to give the viewers a bit of an idea, how many property videos are you guys turning out a month roughly now?
Probably around 15 to 20. There's a focus on doing good ones. Like it's not just pumping stuff for stuff's sake. I think that's just where we're at from a capacity point of view. But as we chatted a bit off camera about what are the layers we need to put into our business to ensure that we can continue to create really good stuff without it becoming cookie cut. There's a really importance of maintaining a high quality standard and telling the story right. So as we continue to evolve, working with your team, our goal is to have a good storytelling video for most of our properties where that is required.
So just to give you a bit of context with this, so we're working with Chris in an editing capacity. So we're very lucky. Chris has a very talented videographer working within his office, and we're providing that support with the editing to allow Chris's videographer, Lachlan, who's awesome, to get out and film more and work on that creative side more and be backed by our team to provide high quality edits so that it's telling the story the way Lachlan wants and the agents want. And we've built that system into that for it to work. Where do you see video marketing heading for yourselves in the next 12 months?
I think as our agents are doing more of it, they're getting more training, they're becoming more confident in front of camera. That's a big piece that was a learnt skill from a long time ago as well. I remember standing in front of a camera as a very daunting experience in the beginning, but over time, the more cadence you build into that, I can see it in the production starting to come out now where our team members are a lot better at asking questions as well, because they're doing more of it. So they're almost interviewing the owners, getting the content that they need to tell the story of the property.
Yep.
But through that process alone, they're becoming more competent, more skilled, and they're actually aware when they're looking around the properties now. They're walking in going, okay, what do I need to capture here to tell this story? So they're very observant walking around a property because they know that we're going to be producing something on that home. So yeah, I think where we're headed now with that is to tell better stories, and to help our owners connect with the right buyer, hopefully, with really good platforms that are leveraged off the video.
Yep. Well, I look forward to seeing what you create with all that, Lachlan. So pressure's on, buddy. Look, thanks for sitting down with us and chatting through it today. I love watching you and your business and just the way it all works. Mate, you're an inspiration to the real estate industry. So congrats and well done.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.